has a question from an Iowan about childcare. When it comes to childcare, how do you make this all work?
Yeah, I'm here with Jill Applegate from Des Moines. Question about childcare.
Hi, Jill.
Hi. So 76% of Iowa's kids under the age of 6 have all available parents in the workforce, meaning that in order for parents to keep their jobs, they need accessible and affordable childcare. For a full-time minimum wage worker in Iowa, the share of their annual income needed to afford childcare for just one 4-year-old child is 53%. That's over half of your yearly income, and that's not affordable.
Yeah,
in 33 states, infant care costs more than tuition at a public 4-year university, and childcare has a really big economic benefit and impact as well, in that employee absenteeism due to childcare breakdown costs U.S. businesses about $3 billion a year. So families are struggling and businesses are hurting because childcare isn't affordable. So how are you going to ensure that working families can afford childcare so that they can keep their jobs?
Well, you know, it's funny because it's not something you hear as much about as you would think. You hear about student loans, you hear about the problems with colleges, you hear about jobs. You don't hear as much about childcare as it relates to a case like you. Do you work with your husband? You're both working?
Actually, I don't have kids, but
Because you can't afford childcare, right?
Somebody.
I do.
Good, now I feel better if I don't give her much of an answer.
I do recognize, though, that kids are our most precious resource, and that if we don't take care of them when they're young, then we'll have to face
agree with you
consequences
honestly.
later.
Why do you ask that question? I am curious.
Yes.
It's a tough situation for people, but it's just interesting that you would bring up that question.
Well, absolutely. Like I said, I think that we need to be thinking about our kids when they're at their youngest age, because down the road, then we'll have to be facing the consequences if we don't take care of them.
Do the companies in town help with child care? I mean, do they have, because a lot of companies, and I see it throughout the country, I've visited so many companies where they will have child care centers so the parents can work, or one of the parents can work. Usually it would be the mother, and you bring the child, and they have an area set aside in plants, which are beautiful. In fact, we had 2 of them. They call them Trump Kids. Another one calls it Trumpeteers, if you can believe it. I have them. I actually have them because I have a lot of different businesses, and we usually call it Trumpeteers, and it's cute. You know, it's really a room that's a quarter the size of this, and they have all sorts of, you know, it's beautiful. They have a lot of children there, and we take care of them, and then the parent, when they leave the job, usually in my case it's clubs or hotels, when they leave the job, they pick up their child, and their child is totally safe. They even come in during the day, during lunch, to see their child. It really works out well. But you don't have that. A lot of people have that. And you know, it's not expensive for a company to do it. You need 1 person or 2 people, and you need some blocks, and you need some swings and some toys. You know, it's not expensive. It's not an expensive thing. And I do it all over. And I get great people because of it, because it's a problem with a lot of other companies. So anyway, but it's something that can be done, I think, very easily by a company.
Thanks for the question.
Thank you very much.